Ever wondered what's happening in the world today? Let's dive into the major headlines that are shaping our world, from the heart of the United States to the far reaches of the globe. In politics, the U.S. midterm elections are heating up with candidates making bold promises to sway voters. Across the pond, the European Union is grappling with a new wave of immigration, sparking debates about national identity and economic implications. Turning to the economy, Wall Street is holding its breath as the Federal Reserve hints at further interest rate hikes. In contrast, Asian markets are buoyant after a breakthrough in China-Japan trade talks. As for the environment, climate change continues to be a pressing issue. The U.S. is facing a challenging wildfire season, while the South Pacific is dealing with rising sea levels. In a promising development, a team of international scientists has made a breakthrough in renewable energy technology, offering a glimmer of hope. Switching gears to technology, Silicon Valley is buzzing with the launch of a revolutionary artificial intelligence system. Meanwhile, in Europe, new data privacy regulations are causing a stir in the tech industry. And finally, in the world of entertainment, Hollywood is gearing up for the Oscars with a diverse lineup of films. On the music scene, a surprise collaboration between two pop megastars is topping the charts worldwide. These are the biggest headlines making waves today, but what do they really mean for us? First, let's zoom in on the United States. Our journey begins on the East Coast, where the pulse of the nation's political heart beats. In Washington, D.C., the winds of change are blowing as lawmakers grapple with the challenges of cybersecurity. The recent security breaches have put the spotlight on the necessity for stronger digital defenses. As we speak, experts are tirelessly working on the front lines, formulating policies that aim to bolster our virtual borders. The implications of these developments are vast, potentially reshaping the way we interact with technology. Moving to the Midwest, we see a different kind of struggle. The farming community is facing a crisis, with climate change altering the traditional patterns of agriculture. Droughts and floods are becoming more frequent, putting a strain on the food supply. Experts warn that these changes could lead to higher food prices and potential shortages if not addressed promptly. A timeline of events reveals a slow-burning crisis that has been years in the making, with climate change being a key culprit. On the West Coast, the tech industry continues to flourish despite the challenges of the pandemic. Silicon Valley, known as the cradle of innovation, is buzzing with new ideas and technologies. The implications are exciting, promising advancements in artificial intelligence, robotics, and other cutting-edge technologies. Expert opinions suggest a future where technology is even more integrated into our daily lives, changing the way we work, play, and connect. In the South, a renaissance of culture and art is stirring. Cities like Austin, Texas, and New Orleans, Louisiana are seeing a surge in creative activities. From music festivals to art exhibitions, these cities are proving that culture is a vital part of a thriving society. The timeline of this cultural revival traces back to the end of the pandemic, when people were eager to reconnect and express themselves. From coast to coast, the United States is a tapestry of stories, each one contributing to the rich narrative of the nation. These stories remind us of the complexities and the resilience of the human spirit, of our ability to adapt, innovate, and overcome. That's the latest from the US. But what about the rest of the world? Now let's shift our focus to global headlines. In the East, tensions continue to rise. A diplomatic fallout has occurred, leading to a series of events that have the international community on edge. While the immediate consequence is strained relations, the ripple effect could potentially be far-reaching, impacting trade, security, and even tourism. International analysts have been quick to weigh in, offering their perspectives and possible outcomes. Moving on to Europe, an unprecedented wave of protests has swept across the continent. Citizens are demanding change, their voices echoing in the streets of major cities. The immediate events are clear, but the long-term consequences are yet to unfold. Analysts suggest these protests could lead to significant political shifts, shaping the future of the continent. Down under, Australia grapples with a record-breaking heat wave. The immediate effects are palpable, with widespread power outages and water shortages. But the larger concern lies in the potential increase in wildfires and the long-term environmental impact. Analysts warn this could be a glimpse into a future shaped by climate change. In Africa, a tech revolution is unfolding. A new generation of innovators is making waves, transforming the continent's digital landscape. While this revolution brings immediate benefits like increased connectivity and job creation, analysts suggest it could also catapult Africa into a new era of technological advancement. In South America, a historic peace agreement has been struck, ending decades of conflict. The immediate relief is palpable, but the long-term implications for regional stability and development are immense. Analysts are optimistic, viewing this as a major step towards a more peaceful future. Shifting to the Middle East, recent archaeological discoveries are rewriting history. These findings not only shed light on the past, but could also boost tourism and international interest in the region. Analysts see these discoveries as a testament to the region's rich cultural heritage. So that's the global news roundup, but how do these stories connect? It's time to connect the dots and see the bigger picture. When we step back and look at the news as a whole, a pattern begins to emerge. It's like a tapestry where each thread, each news story, contributes to the overall design. Let's take a moment to see how these stories from the US and around the world interconnect and highlight the trends and themes that are shaping our global community. In the US, political headlines often dominate, but they don't exist in isolation. They're influenced by and influence events on the world stage. Economic policies, for example, can be traced back to international trade agreements, global market fluctuations, and even climate change. Speaking of climate change, it's a shared theme that crops up in news from every corner of the globe. Whether it's extreme weather events in the US, wildfires in Australia, or rising sea levels threatening low-lying nations, it's clear that this is a shared problem requiring global cooperation. Then there are technological advancements. Innovations in artificial intelligence in Silicon Valley may seem far removed from rural farming communities in Africa, but they're interconnected. New agricultural technologies can help address food security issues worldwide, showing how advancements in one field can ripple out and affect us all. Looking ahead, we can see potential future developments taking shape. The renewed focus on renewable energy, for instance, is likely to lead to more green initiatives and innovations. The rise of digital currencies could revolutionize our global financial systems. And as countries grapple with the ongoing pandemic, we may see a renewed emphasis on global health cooperation. These are just a few examples of how the news is not a series of isolated events, but a web of interconnected stories. By stepping back and connecting the dots, we can gain a better understanding of the world around us and the trends shaping our future. As we can see, news doesn't happen in a vacuum. Every story is a piece of a larger puzzle. So, where do we go from here? After navigating through the labyrinth of today's headlines, we've gleaned a lot, haven't we? We've dissected the major US news, dug deeper into their contexts, and connected the dots, all in an attempt to understand the broader picture. Now it's time to reflect on the key takeaways. Firstly, we've understood that the world around us is constantly evolving, with new stories unfolding each day. It's a dynamic panorama of events, some that directly affect us, others that shape the world we live in. Secondly, we've seen that news isn't just about the facts. It's about the people, the stories, the triumphs, and the tragedies. It's about understanding the world from different perspectives and acknowledging that every story has multiple sides. Lastly, we've recognized the power of staying informed. Knowledge isn't just about taking in information, it's about understanding, questioning, and engaging with that information. It's about digging deeper, seeking truth, and challenging what we know. So, what's the next step? It's simple. Stay informed. Keep yourself updated with the latest happenings, not just in your backyard, but around the world. Engage with the content. Start a conversation in the comments section. Share your thoughts, your questions, your insights. Share this video with others and encourage them to join the conversation. And don't forget to subscribe for regular updates. Remember, each one of us has a role to play in shaping the discourse. Your voice, your perspective, your questions matter. So let's not just be passive consumers of news, let's be active participants. Remember, knowledge is power. Stay curious, stay informed, and until next time, goodbye and take care.